Cleo.
Let go.
Cleo, let go of the box. You can have it back. No, Cleo. Thank you. You can have it back when we've opened it.
Back, Mom.
Okay, we're gonna give it back to you after we've opened it, okay? And then you can sit down. Well, technically not you. She's gonna sit there.
We've got spirits, yes we do. We've got spirits, how about you?
Okay, so here we've managed to get hold of Cleo's vanity set. So we saw a few of the pictures online, and we were really looking forward to it because, for one thing, Random is completely obsessed with all things Egyptian and has been for quite a while.
Yeah, since I was a young kid.
And second of all, there is just an obscene amount of detail on this. So it's just a really nice thing to have in the collection. So that is extremely Europeanization. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? So we were actually quite surprised at how big it was. We'd already figured out from the pictures that it would be probably about the same height as the beds, given the height of the dolls. But the vanity is almost the same size as the box. And
The box is bloomin' huge.
Yeah, Random, I think, almost had a heart attack when he went to go pick this up at Tesco's. So, if I turn this over... Now, on the American boxes, there are actually captions under these.
But we don't get that.
No, because it's Europeanized. Now, the only one I can actually remember is the middle one. The caption for the middle picture.
Which I'll show in a minute.
So, there is the first picture with Cleo applying her lipstick in the mirror. Then the middle picture, which is the only one which caption I can remember, which was "Time for school, parting is such sweet sorrow." And then we have the final one, where she isn't really even looking in the mirror, she's just posing for the camera, let's be completely honest.
Yeah.
So, on the back, again, it's been highly Europeanized. So, eye coffin, player, base for the eye coffin. So, and then we have makeup. And we have jewelry is actually jewelry, it's not jewelry. And we have a working drawer. And that's not even a working drawer, that's a working drawer. So we have the 3 here. Again, I don't think they're going to put the 2 box sets on their boxes because they're for exclusives at different stores other than Tesco. So we have the reviews up for those 3. So I think that's everything on the box. But to get the Monster High logo on the front of the box, they had to cut out the patterning at the side. It's just kind of stuck there in the outlining.
Let's unpackage it.
Okay. So here we have Cleo's vanity set on the back packaging. So we have the stripy gold and black on the 2 sides, and then the Nile blue for actually Nephra at the bottom. I'm just trying to angle it so it doesn't go into the mirror at the moment, because it is an actual working mirror. You can see the camera there. So we have an awesome cutout of Cleo, which I believe Random said he wants to keep.
Mhm.
And then the back of the box is black with,
Cobweb.
yes, grey cobwebs. So we will get that off of the back packaging, have a look at all of the immense detailing around here, and talk about this. So let's get this out of the packaging then. So here is the vanity set out of the box. Now, before we start with the actual review, I want to talk about the hieroglyphs, because I know some people might not be interested in that part, so if you're not interested, you can just skip it and go to the main review. So, here we have written what is supposed to be Cleo's name. Now, I'll quickly take this over to the internet. So, we have a basic hieroglyph thing that we found. So, this is supposed to be Cleo's name, but as you can see on here, the first letter is not either of the ones for C. It is apparently a Q. So they've actually spelt her name Qleo. Now, apparently, in Egyptian hieroglyphs, the letter K can use the hieroglyph for C or Q or one of its own. And the letters E and I have the same hieroglyph. So the writing that's supposed to be on here for Cleo's name is actually supposed to be spelling her name in the classic ancient Egyptian spelling of Klio rather than Cleo. So that's just a little bit of Egyptian trivia. And then quickly just wanted to mention in the book The Girl Next Door, they've messed up the hieroglyphs a bit in this as well. So, Cleo was supposed to have written "Welcome Home" for her father. So, using the basic hieroglyphs that we have here, now again it's possible that it could be different, but based on what we have here, it's actually been spelt WALCUMAHUMA, which makes it, rather than "welcome home," "wal, comma, humma." So, doesn't quite make so much sense when you actually know what it's written as. So, on to the actual review now. I'll try and keep us out of the reflections as much as possible. So, if we start off with the chair, because it's smaller.
Okay, move that out of the way then.
So, the one thing that Random wanted to say that he doesn't like about the chair is that the legs are slightly uneven and are actually quite bendy, so it doesn't really seem all that stable. So we'll test out its stability when we actually sit Cleo in it. So the back is translucent and has her skeleton. It actually looks pretty awesome with the light shining through it, I have to say. So there is immense detailing on the whole thing. I know that this was shown in the webisode, I can't remember the name of the webisode, but the one where they were at Cleo's house for the sleepover, where they played Gargoyles to Gargoyles with Abby. So I know that you see the vanity set in that, but in real life the detailing is immense and I just love it. So we have the gold decoration with Nile blue diamonds. These ones are slightly uneven, but over on this side it's pretty accurate, and our paint job on this isn't actually all that bad.
A couple of bits are, but nothing.
Yeah, so there are a lot of snakes on this whole design. So we have a Egyptian cobra on each side, and then they wind their way down into the arms of the chair, and then wind around the front legs of the chair. And then we also have a lot of wing detailing. So there's 2 wings branching off onto each arm of the chair as well, and they actually do have quite a bit of feather detailing. And then the back of the chair is lined with pyramid shapes.
So
and across the sides. And then the front actually has them coloured in gold as well. So the cushion obviously isn't a cushion, similar to Claudine's bed, it's just a hard plastic. And the buttons on the cushion are pyramids again. And then as well as the gold shapes branching up from the top, there's also 2 black ones. So if we go on to the actual vanity set. So up here we have a chandelier, which is again Cleo's skeleton with the mummy wrap.
My mother, when she saw this, she's not really a fan of Monster High. but she does like miniature stuff. But she said her favourite part of this vanity set was the chandelier.
Now, I've noticed this would be removable, but it's actually insanely wrapped around there with elastic bands, so if you cut it off, you'd probably be able to unhook it, but we're not going to chance it and end up cutting the plastic, I don't think. So it's on this hook on this circular piece here, which is black with gold diamond detailing. And then we have some black and gold flowers coming off each side here. And then, forgive me if I get any terminology wrong, I'm not the Egypt expert here.
Don't look at me, I carry on.
Or are you just into the styles and traditions?
More so, yeah.
So,
I'm not good at remembering normal names, let alone Egyptian names.
so,
And it's been a while, so.
I assume that these are also some kind of flower decoration on the sides here. It kind of looks like a cartoon bug, but
Yeah, I was going to say it looks like some kind of little bug.
It could potentially be a scarab beetle,
was what I was
then.
gonna say.
It doesn't really look that
It looks like a cartoon
scarab-like.
scaraby.
It's kind of halfway between a cartoon flower and a cartoon scarab beetle. But we know they can make scarab beetle shapes, so I'm not really sure yet. So then we have two more Egyptian cobras, one on each side, and they are actually, we figured out, part of a fountain. So not only is this a vanity set for Cleo, it's also a fountain.
I just want to point something out that I don't know if Touche has even noticed yet. Which I don't know if it was an accident on their part or if it's part of the water effect.
But there's bubbles.
But there's bubbles.
I had noticed, actually. So there are bubbles in our plastic. But this is actually a fountain. So we have...
I'll show you the back.
So there are two strands of water coming out of the snake's mouths. And then the water that hasn't gone over the edge here is spilling in across the table and then down through a little hole down to the back. So, judging by this, I would say that Cleo has a little river running through her room in both the books and in the webisodes, because I'm pretty sure that the books mentioned that there was a Nile River running through the house. So, the mirror also is meant as a scarab, I believe, because this, I think, is scarab beetle wings on either side, in alternating black and gold. And then on each wing there is a shelf, which Random didn't actually notice until we got out of the box. So these shelves are for the accessories that come with it. We're also going to put the outfit accessories that Cleo had recently on there as well, seeing as that's makeup and beauty orientated. So she also, as well as her chandelier, has a lamp on either side. So it's a translucent blue lamp with triangular designs along it. Now I think that this would actually also clip off of there if you weren't careful, so you might want to watch out with that. But there's a little bump for where the light bulb would be on the inside.
Fun fact about the mirror as well, although it is mirror effect, it actually, as you can see by your hand there, it does warp.
My hand doesn't really look like this.
Yeah, it warps.
So,
it's good fun.
It works, but to a certain extent. You can have fun with a hall of mirrors there. So, there is, as I said, a lot of detailing on it. We even have ridges here on the actual table part and on the drawer here on either side of the hieroglyphs. And then around the side we have skeletts growing in the flowers. And then there are also triangular bumps along here, which I'm assuming would be some kind of gem. And then the back is probably along here the plainest, because that's just where they've written the necessary made by Mattel, made in China, rather than Indonesia. It's one of few things that aren't made in Indonesia by the looks of things. So this, by the looks of things, is again the tails of snakes. There are a lot of snakes on this. And I'm just wondering where the other snake tails are coming from, because there's only 2 snakes. So 4 tails, 2 snakes. So, and then we have flowers again at the sides and on the bottom, next to the snake tails. And then a really big Cleo mummy wrapped skeleton.
No, I was just looking, sorry if I dipped. Was that the snake? Or was that the other?
I don't actually know.
We've lost it. There's just
There's a lot of
snakes.
snakes, and they're all hidden behind the mirror somewhere.
I think that is, you know. And is it just me, or are those bits kind of like snakes wrapped around as well?
They are, but there are actually snakes here as well. That's actually the head of a snake on each side. And then it wraps around. There's just a lot of snakes.
Let's go to the legs.
So the legs, we have 2 jackal-headed statues, so kind of like
holding up her table.
Yeah, so kind of like Anubis, and kind of like the servants that they draw for her in the webisodes and the new 3D ones. So there are also these cat statues wearing skelet collars, because everything has skelets. Now, they are attached to the legs of the table, but only by these little clips on the backs of the Anubis statues. So you could, if you wanted to, remove the cats and have them somewhere else. Sorry. Don't mean to be disrespectful to your cats. So you could actually put the cats somewhere else and just have it with the Anubis statues holding things up, because they can do it by themselves.
Personally, I quite like them being on the side.
Yeah, it gives the sides more detail.
It gives more depth, makes it look more sturdy.
And it stops the Anubis statues from having giant pegs on the backs of their legs.
Yes.
So the flowers at the bottom...
I don't know if you can see that, but the light going through there is... There's bubbles in there as well, almost, by the actual moulding of it.
Yeah. So the flowers on the bottom have Nile blue on them again, but the ones at the side apparently don't. Sorry, we just had some technical difficulties. But I'm pretty sure that we covered everything on the vanity table itself before the camera cut out. So if we go on to the accessories that came with it now. So, again with the snakes, we actually do know where these snakes come from though. So this is a little makeup pot.
Which has snakes
With
for
her-
handles.
Yes.
I like the design of the pot. It reminds me of like it reminds me a bit of a pumpkin actually.
It does look a little bit like a pumpkin.
Yay.
No, so other than a pumpkin, what is it that reminds you of?
No, it reminded me of, I don't know if it's Greek or Roman or what it was, but it just reminded me of some kind of pottery.
Just ancient pottery.
Yeah, baby.
So the lid actually comes off, and then we have her little makeup application thing.
And for some reason that one feels wet.
It is really slimy and not particularly pleasant, but they have put a lot of detail into texturing it.
I like it. What's the lid look like?
The lid
Just pink.
is circles, pretty much.
Okay.
Okay, and then she has a little pyramid of makeup.
So, a sticker.
Yes, a sticker. But this one, unlike the one in Claudine's, isn't skelet. I'm going to assume that it's blusher, eye makeup.
Probably.
Okay, and then she has a little perfume bottle. Now this is the same perfume that was on the bag from her mall outfit. As I say, it's a jackal head. I think I called it an Anubis on the last one, but this actually looks more like a canopic jar with the jackal head, whose name begins with a D, and I can't actually remember it properly right now. I'll put a subtitle in the bottom with his name. And he guarded the liver, I think. Something nice and pleasant to put in your perfume. So, then we have a little card of jewellery that we will probably put on the Cleo briefly, just so that you can see what the necklace looks like. We might actually keep the earrings on her, but the necklace I don't think will work with the outfit that we have her in, but we'll have a look at it. And as well as the necklace and the earrings, she also has... It's so tiny I couldn't even find it on the camera. She has a little bracelet. I don't know which way up it's supposed to go.
Other way, I think.
Okay, so it's a little tiny bracelet.
I think it's just got some kind of flowered design.
Yeah, similar to on the necklace if you hold it up that way. And then even tinier, tiny ring.
Yeah, try and find this one.
There. So it's a tiny ring with a little Nile blue gem in it. Okay, and then we have a gold and blue version of the cats that are on the legs of the table, but this one is also, as well as wearing the skelet collar, it actually has its ear pierced.
Is that a reflection, or has it got a massive blue moustache?
It does have a massive blue moustache. Thank you for pointing that out, yeah. If you look really closely on... They've actually splattered blue paint on it. It's not actually that obvious on the real thing because it's quite a small figure. See, it's like not even the length of my thumb. But up close, they have actually managed to splatter the blue paint all the way across its face, and it has a blue moustache.
You gotta get this on film. There you go.
So,
awesome.
I might try and scrape the paint off his face.
Leave it. I like it. It makes it look
Okay.
like it's a chip marbly type thing. To me, at least.
Okay. So then we
I
have...
like some imperfection.
Okay, so we have a Sphinx eye coffin player. So this is slightly different to the one that the Frankie Dead Tired came with. So this is Cleo's little eye coffin player. And then her stand. So there isn't actually that much detail on it, and there's a massive gouge where he came out the mould. But there's the little lion tail. And he's wearing a blue headdress, and that's upside down. Okay, and then she has another brush for applying makeup.
This is fun, trying to aim the camera.
It really is. I'm just trying to find my hand at the moment. So we have another applicator for her makeup. I'm assuming this one will be for the blusher.
And they've actually remembered to put the
Yeah, she can actually make her hold these ones. The Claudine Dead Tired accessory with the bone handle, you couldn't make her hold, but this one you can actually clip onto her
and
finger.
also these are a very
movable plastic, so if you wanted to, you could actually make it look like Cleo was applying her makeup.
However, I don't know how long it would do that before it snapped.
Yes.
So,
and then in this little black cone,
there it is.
we have another makeup applicator. Now this one doesn't have a handle, it's just the cone shape, so that would be for her eye makeup. See, I might not know much about makeup application, but I know what some brushes are for.
Yeah.
And then she has an eyeliner, which also
we're told
you can
it's an
make
eyeliner.
We think it's an eyeliner, some kind of eyeliner pen, and then you can put her thumb through there and make her apply her eye makeup.
As you do.
As you do. And then she also has this makeup / jewellery box, depending on what you wanted to use it for. So it has a scarab with its wings open as the lock on the box, so it just clips down, and Random has a real problem with opening it for some reason. So it's just... Possibly. So it's just a Nile blue panel on the front, black panels on the sides and the back, and then it has the same triangle detailing as around the chair, and then a little blue handle. So we're going to grab a Cleo, put the jewellery on her and sit her in the chair so you can see a rough size comparison.
And display the stuff probably, so you can see a brief thing of how it will roughly look.
So here we have Cleo dressed in her mall outfit and the jewellery from this set. Now, we've noticed that a lot of people have been using Cleo dressed in the mall outfit with the Vanity. It just seems to fit. I don't know whether it's because of the design on her bag or just because they like the outfit. But we've decided we're going to use our spare second basic Cleo to wear this outfit rather than making her into a completely different custom doll. So we cut and styled her hair so that she looks different from her other outfit, because we like to do that. So the earrings that came with this set, it's kind of like one tier of the original earrings that she came with in her first basic outfit with the 3 lots of pyramid designs. And then the necklace, I really don't know what's going on with the necklace. From a distance it kind of looks like half of a sheriff badge.
I was thinking that myself.
So I don't really know what it's supposed to be or what it really has to do with Egypt, but that's her half a sheriff badge necklace.
It reminds me of the flowers but upside down.
I'm not really keen on it. I might just put her back in the necklace from her second basic outfit, to be honest.
I like it somewhat.
So then the bracelet and the ring. So the bracelet does not want to focus. The bracelet we've put up this way. I think that's the way it's supposed to go. So it's kind of the flower design again. And then the ring is actually insanely large for this doll's hands, so it's actually working as a thumb ring at the moment. So it's just a plain gold band with a coloured blue stone. So we've set up everything on the shelves, including the stuff that the mall outfit came with. So we have the little green pot with the gold lid and her hourglass shaped perfume, which is shifted over slightly. So everything else is on there, and then we have the bag that she came with down here. Like, she's just brought some shopping, well, had her servants carry some shopping back in for her.
When we say servants, we mean Deuce.
Yes. We did actually have Deuce set up carrying the bag earlier, but then Nephra came in and she was drunk and everything fell over.
AKA the stand broke and she sort of collapsed.
On her face.
And took Deuce down with her, I believe.
Yes, so I'm just going to set it up so that you can see how it would look if the doll was holding one of her makeup applicators. For this I'm going to use the eyeliner. So you just slip it over the one finger there, and then she can kind of hold it between her thumb and her finger. And then if you just want to make her outline her eyes, which I cannot see at the moment, there, she's going to outline her eyes really badly. It's really messy because it just keeps moving. You're going to have hours of fun trying to aim this if you ever try and make a video. So anyway, she can apply her makeup, or she can apply her non-existent blusher, because it's only Cupid that wears blush. So you just hook that on there, and then you can just make her smear the powder all over her face. And now she's ready to go out with Deuce. But no, Deuce at the moment is being kind of molested by Nephra while second basic Cleo tries to drag him away. My autofocus just failed. I don't think it's going to come back. So, while my camera's broken, I guess we'll have to say goodbye for now. I think we managed to cover everything before it cut out. So, we'll see you next time.
Well done.